Gentlemen, yesterday on Gimme 5, we focused on Mike Pence, the vice presidential candidate with Donald Trump on the Republican ticket. He was on Face the Nation, and I was very impressed with the way he stuck to the message. He was on message. How the revelations from the WikiLeaks emails are showing the media in cahoots with the Clinton campaign, and how the media is just harping on these women, not even talking about the Podesta emails, and he was wonderful. Today, we go back to Sunday, to Fox News Sunday, with fill-in guest host Brett Baer, and the interview he did with Tim Kaine, Hillary's VP selection. And in this interview, Tim Kaine had to answer questions that he's not ordinarily subjected to. Watch.
Senator, a lot of information is coming out, as you know, in these WikiLeaks emails, including some pretty embarrassing things from communications in the Clinton communications staff and Clinton campaign. Are you comfortable with what has been said in some of those emails about Catholics, about Latinos, Governor Richardson, a needy Latino, about former NAACP leader Ben Jealous, taking him to be powerless? What's your reaction to the specifics we're learning and the substance of those emails?
Great question. Great question. And by the way, this is what Trump has to stick to tomorrow. Not the election is rigged. Not saying this woman lied because of this and that woman lied because of that. He's got to stick to the emails on Ben Jealous, Hillary being revealed for saying that certain ethnic groups, including blacks, do not succeed no matter what their circumstances. And then we have an email revealed today talking about Hillary Clinton. This is, as we mentioned with Jim Hoft, that the White House, Hillary Clinton called a black servant the N-word, according to a former White House chef. So, you know, there's a lot of things that Donald Trump's got to stick to. So here's how Tim Kaine responded.
Before I get to specifics, and I want to talk about a couple of them, you know, we just got to be a little bit careful about these, because since they're part of an effort by both Russia and WikiLeaks, and neither of those are kind of neutral transmitters of information, you can't just automatically assume that everything is on the up and up with these emails. Just as an example, there's one email that references me that is completely inaccurate, and whether it's inaccurate because the sender didn't know what he or she was talking about or it's been doctored, I don't know. I don't take all these at face value.
Well, you know, the problem with that, Tim Kaine, is that nobody's come forward and said, I didn't write that. I haven't heard anybody come forward and say, I didn't write that. That's not my email with my name on it. Nobody. Not one person. Now, you're questioning it because someone wrote an email about you that you said was inaccurate? That doesn't mean they didn't write it. It just means you consider it to be inaccurate. So, you know, good try, Tim, but not good enough. Here's more.
Let's talk about the Catholic one, Jen Palmieri, who is Catholic. She has said, yeah, I sent that email and I had some opinions and I shared them. But I do know what Hillary Clinton thinks about Catholicism, because she picked a Catholic running mate. And we talked an awful lot about my own faith background. And she and I feel like that's a connection for us. She's Methodist, but had a powerful experience as a young person that still drives her today in her own faith practice. So I know with respect to Catholics, she views this as an asset because it creates a connection between us in terms of our approach to service.
Yeah, so Hillary loves Catholicism so much that she still hasn't said anything in response to those emails from her campaign directors, Podesta, talking about causing a revolution within Catholicism and mocking Catholicism and mocking evangelicals. She is such a strong religious person, and this means so much to her, that she hasn't had one word to say about those emails that have been revealed. She's such a good person. More?
So yeah, look, some of these emails that are leaked, if they're accurate, they show people offering, you know, opinions and mouthing off a little bit here and there. But that's the kind of thing that happens.
That's the kind of thing that happens. You know, you talk about how you have to say one thing in public, one thing in private. You tell Wall Street one thing, and you tell the public the other thing. You talk about Hillary, Bernie supporters as being people, young adults living in their parents' basement. You talk about you know, the former head of the NAACP in a negative way. You talk about Bill Richardson, a Latino, call him a needy Latino. You know, a needy Latino, it's like taking a Jewish person and calling him a needy Jew. I mean, that's not acceptable. Or an African American and saying a needy African American. That's not acceptable. But hey, Tim Kaine says things like this happen. They happen. They happen when they're by Democrats and Hillary in the campaign. If this was Donald Trump, they'd be, looky, 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 look what he said. You know the deal. You know the spiel. More.
Mr. President, when did you first learn that Hillary Clinton used an email system outside the U.S. government for official business while she was Secretary of State?
At the same time, everybody else learned it through news reports.
Did you know about Hillary Clinton's use of private email server?
No.
While she was Secretary of State?
No.
So look how Tim Kaine responds to this.
At the same time, Senator, he was using a pseudonym and an email address to communicate with Secretary Clinton, and there is communication and there are emails from staff that suggest they wanted to hold that back, and we're talking about what to do. Did the president lie there?
Well, I don't know, because I actually do not know if he's communicating by email with Hillary. Does he know that it's a private server? I mean, I don't exactly know if I send somebody an email exactly what their setup is. I don't really think about that much, and I can't imagine that the president, with all that's on his mind, would either.
The president saw that it was not a state.gov email. It was Hillary's personal email. Thank you for watching.